Alright, so I'm going to be going over Lab 8, post-exercises, which is classes and objects. So question 1 is to create a class called clothes, then assign each object a type of clothing and a more general property, and then make a function which tells the user the information about this piece of clothing. So I created a class called clothes here, and then I used the def_init function to define the properties within it, which are type and color, and type needs to be like this because it's a predetermined or predefined word otherwise, which won't work. So I defined type and color as the properties of clothes. And then I've created a method called identify clothing, which will print out this is a whatever the type is, and the color is whatever the color is. So down in the main function here, I've created pants as an object in clothes, and it is a pair of pants as the type, and the color is tan. And then I've called the identify clothing method using the pants object, and it will print out this is a pair of pants, and the color is tan. And I did the same thing with a shirt here, except it's blue. And then this is a shirt, and the color is blue. Alright, question 2 is to create a class for a person's LinkedIn profile, include at least 3 variables for each object, and a couple of methods within the class. So here I've defined the properties as name, skills, distance, and looking for job. And the first method is to get looking for job, which will retrieve the looking for job thing. So if they, it's not really a get function, but I called it that anyway. So if they are, if looking for job is set as true up here, then it will print out that the person is looking for a job. If it is set as false, it will print out they are not looking for a job, and otherwise it will print that they don't know what this person's job search status is, if it's anything besides true or false. And the second method is an employer search of sorts, which will allow the employer to set a skill preference, which is what skills would you like, and a location preference for the maximum distance away. And then it will check those against the skills and distance up here. So if the skills are the same as the skill preference, and if the distance is less than or equal to the distance preference, and it will print that this person has the preferred skills, which are whatever skills they are, and they currently live this far away. And then otherwise, it will first check if they don't have the necessary skills and print out they do not have the preferred skills without even checking the location. But if they do have the preferred skills, it will check the location and will print that they are too far if the location is greater than or equal to the distance preference. So down in the main function, we have the Isaac object, which is the name is Isaac, teamwork for the skills, 30 for the distance, and true for job search. And so we will call the get looking for job method, and it will say Isaac is looking for a job because the looking for job is true. And then call the Isaac employer search method, which will allow the person using this to what skills would you like in the employee, which is input teamwork, which matches this, and the maximum distance, which is 50, which is greater than the 30, so it will print out Isaac has the preferred skill of teamwork, and they currently live this far away. If it had put in, if the employer or one of these were different and did not match, it would have used one of the other options here. Okay, so question 3 is to create a class about this class, and then create in it things that are necessary variables like homework and quizzes, and also methods containing things for the class, such as do homework and take quizzes. So I've defined the HARP150 class, and the properties are labs, quizzes, attendance, and discussion posts. So the methods I've created are check attendance, which will print a space above it just to separate from whatever's above. And then if the attendance put in is present, it will say you attended class and set and redefine attendance as 150, which is the maximum attendance grade. Otherwise, it will say, why did you miss class, and set attendance as 0. The next is checking the labs. If the labs are complete, it will print you did the labs and allow you to input your total lab grade, which will redefine the labs variable. Otherwise, it will say you did not do the labs and set labs at 0. The third method is the take quizzes, which is the same as the labs, except it's checking taken. It will print good job taking the quizzes and allow you to input the total quiz grade. Otherwise, it will set the quizzes as 0 and say you probably should have taken the quizzes, or you should take them next time. And the last method is to calculate grade. So it takes the attendance, labs, and quizzes grade, which we redefined up here, adds them together, and prints the total grade was whatever this value is. And then it will check what letter grade you got. So it will say if your grade was higher than 495, you got an A, higher than 467, B, 330 is a C, 275 is a D, and if you got lower than that, it is an F. So down in the main function, student 1 has completed their labs, taken the quizzes, present for attendance, and submitted the discussion posts, which I didn't use in the grade, but that's okay. So first it will check attendance for student 1. It'll say you've attended class, and then it sets the attendance to 150. Labs, you did the labs, and they inputted to 70 as their total grade. Take the quizzes, good job taking the quizzes, and they set their total grade at 80. And then finally it calculates the grade, so it adds these 3 values together and gets 500, which is above 495, so it is an A. And that is it for this lab. Thank you for watching.